means that we are going to go into the final game of this particular series. One will go home, one will move on.
Okay, let's see. Incendio opting to stay as the first pick. Falcon on the red side. Same exact bans for the first two bans, but now you're seeing a difference. Harith instantly respected right now. That means the Valentina is still up for grabs. Last game they banned Faramis, Valentina, Kadita. 1-1 still going to be the option here, and I do believe that Falcon might just go for another. Actually, at this point with the Harith ban, they might actually go for a carry ban.
They might, you know, because right now you have one being banned. Carry is one of the characters that's so hard to deal with, and without the trump card that Falcon has to really counter it with the Granger, it's going to be hard to let it open, right? I mean, there are not too much direct counters. If you talk about in lane, you can pick the Leslie, but Leslie in the current meta right now is just not the favorite, right? It's more favoring towards attack speed marksmen, and it's really easily dove. So here we go. Let's see the next round of bans. I mean, it's business time.
All right. You know what I'm thinking? Falcon, it's up to Falcon's job to ban the carry away, Incendio to ban that glue. But this also means that Falcon will have access to that. Okay, no, it's the other way around. Falcon, I think you take that glue away. You bet Incendio Alien will go on that glue and probably create so much space against Yellow Flash.
Yeah, I agree with you, right? Ban out that glue, take that hero away from Alien, but also, honestly, it can go either way. They can just opt to leave glue open because Alien performs way better on something like a Benedetta on Raw. These flashy heroes where he can actually create plays for his team. Meanwhile, for glue, sure, you do create plays. You still are able to zone people away, but it's not that same style, right?
Yeah.
At this point, Kaja might be a better option, and they go for the Kaja ban here.
True.
Incendio can just first pick that glue, but, they really like first picking the Benedetta, like in previous series, right?
Yeah, I think that this could be a first pick Benedetta. I think I take my point back. I agree with you, Mirko, the bigger brain right here. Kaja feels like a better ban for the side of Falcon. You bait that glue pick out. Now Incendio has to choose. Do you want to give Alien something that he's not comfortable to play with? Or do you want to give the do you want to pick up the Benedetta, which you know Alien has results on it?
Yeah, but the thing about Benny, this character counters so many different characters, right? It counters glue in lane in the sense of it doesn't really worry about like how much damage you do, how annoying you are. I have so much mobility. I just shove the lane and I'll rotate you to the team fights.
Oh no.
And speaking of that, it's gonna be Incendio taking out glue and neglecting the Benedetta. I was just about to say, if they pick up the Benny, it's also a straight up counter to Eve, right? To someone like the backline, which is still available on the draft.
Well, now with the glue picked up, it's gonna come down to Falcon Esports.
I'm thinking a Yuzhong already for the side of Falcon. Yeah, because I really feel like the Yuzhong will do very well in any plan that Incendio wants to pull out, especially when we're talking about a lot of dive compositions in this current meta. I think the Yuzhong also can create a lot of space. It's safer. You also gain bush control as well. There's a CC immunity too.
Valentina or Yves can also be an option here. Valentina's been left open. Incendio opted to go for the Harith ban. And they go for Lapu and the Lunox. No Valentina, no Yves. But fun fact for Falcon, this Lunox is not just one lane. It's a flexible pick. It can flex it over to the gold lane and even to the mid lane. So they're forcing Incendio to pick first. You want to pick the Yves or the Valentina? Then we can answer with another.
Yeah, the best part about the Lunox is that I can go, the Yves can go into the real world manipulation, and then after that I can go in with the brilliance. But let's take a look at what RS7 has to say. For me, Incendio Supremacy, the strongest team in M4. Wow. I wouldn't say it's myself, but RRQ, but if I were RS7, because of their macro and symphony of skills. Wow, that's a good and beautiful SOS.
That is high praises. Coming out from none other than R7 from RRQ. That was insane, because a lot of teams, I think most of the viewers watching probably rate RRQ was one of the best teams, right?
I like it.
And he himself is really humble himself and say like, you know, recognize that Incendio's place in this entire tournament. One more time, just say how great this tournament really is. Entire M4, the atmosphere when we're in the hotel, the players they love each other, they play with each other, and it's fantastic to see that.
You know what, this time you know, at this point, Franco would be great. You're up against the Hayabusa, you want to lock him down. A hero that can do that is that Franco, but they instead go for the Valentina, a safer option to go for. They saw the Lilia, they see that there are some ultimates to take, and they still want to dictate the draft with this Valentina to stop those big ultimates from coming in. So Falcon picks it up now into the second phase of the banning phase. Gold lane going to be targeted down for sure. They've already secured their own gold lane, which is going to be that Lunox. So Falcon should be just taking away maybe, I don't know, the bans here. Should they go for Beatrix first? Or do they go for something? Huh.
I mean, at this point,
which one to ban first?
they don't really worry about a lot of marksmen, right? I mean, all the marksmen get one-shotted by
Agreed.
Lunox late game. I mean, if anything, they would consider banning more of the
Roamer.
initiate. Yes, the roamers, right? The engages. And we're coming, and sure enough, we're seeing that it's Steve's ban. If you don't take it, we're gonna ban it in the second round just to take the comfort away. But even so, though, like you have a Hayabusa in the jungle, how likely are you gonna pick up Steve's roam?
Yeah.
I feel like Incendio just doesn't want to go for the Estus already right off the bat. Looking
Agreed.
at what Incendio has drafted thus far, you already have a Hayabusa which would not enjoy that healing factor when you go in with a Shadow Kill. And I just feel like they do have some form of sustainability, right? You got the glue that does have the sustainability in the first skill once you pick that blob up. You do have the reset coming up from the Lilia. I feel like Falcon, that slot is a little bit wasted away. There's something else they could ban. I think even take away the Popo and Gooba is something very, very, very annoying to deal with, especially you got that long-range stun. Non-committal long-range stun is super annoying.
Yeah, and as I said, right, if they actually want to get the gold laner out, it has to be the Beatrix. A bit more, flexible there in terms of how you can play the Beatrix. Meanwhile, for other marksmen, it's very straightforward.
Yeah.
Brody, you want to go in, you want to just try to play the lane, snowball. Everything's very one-dimensional, aside from the ones that has been banned here. You see, again, Harith, the carry, the 1-1, and now the Beatrix, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, right now, Falcon can actually look to go for another Fanny. The main reason the Fanny did not work out is because the Kaja that has been banned now. If they do go for Fanny though, they don't need to rush it. They already see that it's up against the Hayabusa, so they can just opt to pick it for the last pick. They can go for Naomi's pick first.
Yeah,
which
I
can
agree.
be the Franco.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Not only you force Naomi to go for the Franco pick, you technically deny the Franco pick away from Incendio. You allow the Fanny free reign as well all across the map. There's no hard CCs from the side of Incendio right now, so that's something that I think Falcon could technically take advantage of. Naomi, I feel like this is an easy Franco game, especially when Incendio has already taken away the Phantom. No, that is going to be a Chow.
Oh, I love that Chow. You know, I
Finally,
want to see
Naomi.
this. Yeah, I want to see this for a long time. Naomi is known for the aggressive playstyle, and then I really love to see, because also Valentina is a character that's, even though it's really meta because of the ultimate, I am one, so I can take your ultimate, I can be anyone I want, but at the same time, Valentina early game is not that strong, especially talking about wave clear. With the help of Chow, they can shove the lane in one combo, rotate together, and really put a lot of pressure, especially after level 2, Valentina becomes something you really have to worry about.
Now, this is the big question, right? Incendio, if they want to get out of the lockdown, they want to go for something like a Diggy, but remember, the Valentina is up for grab. Oh, well, the Valentina has been picked up, so that time journey is going to be massive to steal away from. They go for the Joy instead. That has been left open, and now this is the big question. The Roamer, wait.
Oh,
Joy Roam, Glue
no,
Roam.
Glue Roam. That's a Glue Roam. Joy could be going into the EXP lane. And we all know after the game yesterday by White Chicken, Joy best lane is the EXP lane.
It's so risky, but they can flex the Cho into the jungle and pick up the Franco now. You need someone to well, they already have the Cho, but on top of that, if they can really lock down 2 of these members, right now the Cho can only lock down onto 1, right? With the Franco, you can lock down onto another, and that just gives so much for the Lunox and the Valentina.
Yeah.
But then, well, no, physical damage is not that bad too. They already have 2 physical damage dealers here.
I think the Fredrin looks really nice here, in my opinion, for the South
Yeah.
Korea. But no, Falcon, they're going to fly high, and they're going to fly even higher with this Link pick instead. And that concludes the draft, ladies and gents.
Yes, what a pick. We're just thinking about, because if you go Granger here, go Marksman, Hyper Carry, it's going to be so hard against Joy,
And Haya.
Yeah, Haya, like there's so much dive, so much full commit to your backline. So they decided to go with Ling, which is really mobile, and then also 50-50 against Haya as well. But again, this will come down to like how much mistake you make. You have to be really careful with every single execution. But I do think that Falcon has what it takes to do it. Same as Incendio. The Game 5, who will take it home and who will take it to the next round?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's like what we like to say, this is do or die. You can see the fans in the stands showing, the support to their preferred team, waving their flags up high, showing the love, showing the support, even if it's in another country. There's 2 going in. It is the battle of the dark horses. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Incendio Supremacy and Falcon Esports.
Let's see once again. In the land of Dawn we go. 4 flickers from the side of Falcon. There's a Vengeance and a Sprint from the side of Incendio Supremacy. So already a bit more diverse there. You can see Falcon with this composition though, they're gonna lean heavily on again that pick style early on.
Oh, Glue already being a monster. Look at that. Just being really annoying. He's in your jungle. What are you gonna do about it? He might even force the retreat. Oh, actually, can't get a save it. Naomi, very good zone to make sure that one happened.
I think the best part about Naomi on that throw is that, you know, you got the Jit Kundo, right? You can technically slow down Apex 47s, but this is another adaptation coming out from Incendio, right? This Glue going in the EXP lane has proven quite annoying. Let's take a look. This is how I like to play the Glue sometimes.
Oh, Glue. Already used the skill 2 though. Doesn't really have any more skill to get away. Luckily, he does have the skill 1. Now he's being an absolute monster on Naomi.
We haven't seen too much of Glue in the roam position, right? And now we're gonna see it if it can work out, because honestly, it's very oppressive still. Usually you see this in the XP lane. Very good laner, but as a roamer, you're super annoying too. You can actually just constantly force invades here, and you're not really at risk of dying early on to a Ling and a Cho, right? The only one who can really, I wouldn't even say the Valentino really threatens him here.
Oh, here we go. Garrett comes to lean, diving in, can find the damage at Apex 47, who has nowhere to go, and first blood one more time. Go to Falcon, 100% first blood rate in an entire series, and they're showing us they're doing it.
Now, there's a lot of things that I think Incendio is really adapting very quickly, right? First of all, is this the first clean that we've seen in the M4 series? Second of all, is that Joy has been cutting the waves very quickly. Third, of course, we've already mentioned it, the Glue in the roam, trying to put some pressure on Falcon's side of the jungle.
Here we go. First turtle. Yellow Flash out in position. Hayabusa still farming. Same as Ling, getting the blue buff. Make sure it's very, very important that he get the resource he needs before he go to the major team fight. Yellow Flash finding the position, same as Apex 47. He does have what it takes. Dashing in.
Apex 47.
Popping the split, forcing Ken to use the retreat. Can he do it? Yes, he will. And now Allen to the backline as well. Alien, excuse me, over there finding a lot of damage, forcing Ling away. And now is TNZ pulling the turtle towards the Incendio's favor and trying to start off the fight. Naomi though finding the engage. He will get a kick for Rosa, popping the black shield to get himself away. And now both sides back away. Kent does not have the retreat. I was going to contest this though. Oh, despite the combo, they're not going to get it. And Incendio walks away with the turtle. Here comes the shadow kill. Finding the damage on Naomi. And beautiful dash to make himself to safety.
Again, no commitment from Falcon Esports to really go for that, right? They didn't want to go for a fight too. No retribution. They used a lot of the resource to try to find Rosa there, who was able to escape. Now, it's time to take a look at the items here. In the gold lane, Sunshine has been laning pretty well, right? Already building towards, I guess, the first item, Endless Battle here for himself. And if you see from the Lunox, getting the Clock of Destiny early. Both gold laners doing pretty well for themselves. But in the jungle is what I want to put my eyes on. Ling still doing a bit better. That's where well, actually, he didn't go for Demon Slayer. He went for Killing Spree, right? So, despite that, he's still actually farming a bit better, despite TNZ also securing the turtle.
Yeah, I feel like what Apex 47 successfully did was you forcing Ken's hand to use the retribution so that Incendio will be able to pick up the turtle super well. It's like a confirm. There's no reason that TNZ misses that turtle away. So, props to Apex 47 and what he's doing.
Yeah, he's been an absolute goo monster, man. Like, he just going in, just putting Ken in an awkward position, right? Ken was like, oh, do I use my retreat here? Wait a minute. Ken actually got the blue buff. Very well done there. Ken is doing an absolute good job despite all the pressure. Now he's making a move onto the bottom side, looking to do some damage, or maybe stealing some camp. Knowing that bottom EXP lane is going to be one-on-one. But now, no more vengeance. Oh, beautiful stun onto Alien, who's taking very low. Dash number 1, dash number 2. A shadow kill. Will find the retaliation, will find the kill, and TNZ popping off.
You can climb on the wall, but TNZ is that annoying shadow just following you like an obsessive girlfriend.
Yeah, okay, I like that. Time of the Blaze, though. It was used by Ken there to find the kill. Unfortunately, Alien is so mobile. Ken just get away from that. And Ken didn't get the middle down, right? So he did not actually get the CC down onto Alien. It was a choice he made so that he could actually catch the blades nearest to Alien, but it just did not work out. And without the Times of Blades, it's just so easy for the Hayabusa to get that kill down.
Yep, retribution check right now. Both these two junglers does have it. Apex 47 unable to replicate what he did earlier. In the meantime, it is Apex 47 that's setting up for that turtle. Now the members of, well, both of these two junglers, in fact, they're looking at the top side.
Yeah, look, just a complete stalemate right now. Stand still. One of those Mexican standstills, you know, like I look at you, you stare at me, but nothing really happening. Just
Alien.
looking cool at each other. But speaking of nothing happening, Alien jumping in, finding a little bit of damage, but nothing really come out. It's just a trade-off HP. Both sides are still pretty healthy. Yellow Flash is looking to do something serious. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, one more time is going to be the Alien who finding lane priority. Speaking of lane priority, Naomi in trouble, had to dash himself away to safety. And TNZ jumping in, finding more damage into Naomi's health bar. Speaking of health bar, Justin don't have to get away. He does have the black shoe copied. Anyways, 47, popping the ultimate.
Alien.
Justin is a target, no more. And he will finally dash away, but here it comes. Beautiful Apex 47 with a split. Will force the flicker coming out, but it's Chow being taken out. TNZ one more time, slaying the support. Yellow Flash finding the Braves Warrior. Flicker coming out. Rosa is the target. Can he find a kill? Meanwhile, at the same time, it is Luna finding a double kill onto the side. Zipix find themselves in the team fight. He's popping off. Rosa will be taken out one more time. Kane is slaying this game.
A 1-4-3 trade. I take that any day if you're signing Falcon. Right now, the gold lead looks almost the same, but rest assured, with this turtle slain, it's gonna lean towards Falcon.
Incendio definitely overextended there in that team fight, right? They initially got the better pressure down. They were able to poke Falcon Esports back from the turtle to actually go for it, but no, they then kept on going. Alien, even just under the tier 1, right between the tier 1 and 2. Alien now gonna be caught again.
Here we go. He does have the ultimate, gives out a little shield, trying to get himself
Part two.
away. But ultimate comes out, tempers the blade to finish off the kill. And this time, the shadow kill is not going to be either in time. As Kane walks away, Falcon take another kill.
Again, it comes down to that, right?
Yeah.
Incendio now are a bit too comfortable sometimes with their pick. They go in early on as well, knowing that, hey, I will 100% be able to out-trade the Lapu, but forgets entirely that Ken now, usually, this is the curveball that Falcon is set up from the first game, right? Every time Ken goes on lane, it's also with the wait.
Here we go. Apex 47 taking low, forced to use the ultimate just to stay alive, and he will be cute little glue babies and walking away from danger. Here we go, TNZ though finding more damage onto Naomi's health bar. Very, very tanky though for him, and Naomi is able to push himself away. Meanwhile, on the top side is Alien finding damage onto 2. He's now finally without vengeance, Justin going and copping the ult, but without the passive, now finding out. Meanwhile, at the same time, killing spree goes to Ken. He is destroying their opposition.
Man, Mirko, Dave, Castle's Curse is true. I was about to talk about, hey, Sunshine hasn't died a single time yet. But as before I could actually touch about Sunshine, he went down at the bottom side, gets assassinated by Ken. And I feel like Sunshine could be the answer for the Silent Incendio to actually climb all the way back. Look at his items. And let's battle Granny pick up, going straight for the Berserker's Fury right off the bat so that he could land out as much damage with his passive. But for now, I think the game state right now, it could be dead even.
A beautiful wave of Dragon putting Apex back to his team. And Naomi will make sure this is Apex 47 finding himself between the black and white screen. Ken coming in, finding kill number 2. Ascension being taken out. Incendio Alien in the front line, but not going to be finding any damage. No, Justin with the black shoes will secure a triple kill to Falcon and walking away safely. Falcon is dominating game 5.
All right, I can finally get my point out after, what, 5 minutes of constant fights.
Yeah.
Jeez, all right. The curveball is, TNZ might actually interrupt me. No, all right. Curveball from Falcon, never mind. Alien!
Oh!
They don't want me to talk. They don't want me to talk. All right, here it is. Ken usually on the Demon Slayer, now finding on the killing spree. It's a different playstyle to the Demon Slayer, and Incendio are not prepared for that kind of link. That's so active on the map. The Berserker's Fury and now the Endless Battle is also built up. He doesn't need the Wind Talker here in his first 2 core items because he's mainly focused on not farming, on getting the kills down, so Burst is more necessary.
I like the fact Mirko had to rap through all of that.
Yeah, in case TNZ jumps in.
Exactly, but Apex 47 always got your back like our secret land. Number 1 highest total assist, 136 assists. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that is a lot.
That is a lot. And now look at Falcon forcing on the tier 1 tower. The mini wave is already dead. Naomi taking a lot of damage. Hypers are coming in. This shadow kill will make sure he dies. Naomi goes down as now Incendio fights back.
Laura marching at the bottom lane in the favor of Falcon for now. I think Falcon needs that big mid control. If you notice, This is the problem of not drafting a marksman in the gold lane. You don't really have a lot of pushing power. Most of the pushing power is, in fact, in Ken. Take a look. Even though you do have that Lord advantage, Falcon cannot crack that mid lane open.
Yeah, bottom tier 2 though might not have the same fate, same luck. Retribution comes out, Ken takes the red, as bottom tier 2 was slowly but surely falls down just to the minion wave alone. And now without anything to protect the mid tier 1 tower, it seems like that will be Falcon's next move, going to the mid.
And with Tianzi so far behind now, he actually has to go for like 2 armor penetration items here, right? You can already see it here. It's the Hunter Strike and the Malefic Roar, despite, again, not a lot of physical defense here being built up.
They take the tower. Alien taking low. One more shot will take the kill.
Tianzi.
Meanwhile, at the same time, Tianzi on the side. Yellow Flash found himself in a little bit of awkward position here, trying to dash himself away. Can he do it? The Shadow Kill comes out. Might be a little bit too late to issue the ultimate.
My God.
He dashed away just in time. Apex 47 into the back line. Despite the stun, it's Apex 47 zoning the entire side of Falcon away. And now we'll have to walk away, pop the flicker, just to get himself to safety. Look at Alien, no jumping in 1v5. Maybe a little bit too ambitious. Ken jumping in, and he will find a kill. It's a 2-0. Falcon takes the fight.
Yellow Flash, what an absolute Chad. Low HP, bravest fighter of the minions, gets the HP back, and even stuns too.
And not only just that, Incendio, I think there's something wrong with their execution, right? Take a look. It was Tianzi that went in. After that, Apex tried to go in. And then after that, Aliens go in. Sunshine is already dead. There's no point for Incendio to fight. Incendio right now, they just need to buy time. But for who?
Time is running out. Time is running out for Incendio, right?
For Sunshine, right? You can really just say Sunshine and Rosa, they are going to be the late game carries. But looking at that, Sunshine's so easy to catch again. I mean, for Falcon, right? They have so much dive. Practically every single member here can dive towards Sunshine. And Sunshine's most of the time in the team fights running away instead of dealing damage. Ken also has that BOD, so that's just more kill pressure on towards Sunshine.
You know, BOD, big amount of damage going in for the side of Ken. They've already set out for this Lord for now. Incendio, they cannot step into the Lord pit or basically contest this at all. Falcon will take this free Lord. But once again, the weakness of Falcon's draft, yes, I've got a lot of damage, but I don't really have a lot of pushing power. Taking a look at his items once again, there you go. That's a BOD already being built. Look at Clint, already having the Berserker's Fury. Maybe that's enough damage. But Falcon, on the other hand, the bravest warrior coming out in Yellow Flash, is proven very hard to deal with. And not only just that, Justin always have Rosa's ultimate in his back pocket.
Oh my God. I hope all of you guys watching live in studio or back at home is entertained, because this is it. This might be the last push of this best out of 5 series. Falcon is looking really good. They're in a really good position. 1,000 gold ahead. Was one push that could push them all the way to the next round of this knockout stage. Or with this one push, this might be Incendio looking to make a comeback. We should all find out as the clock is ticking.
I like the response, though, from the Clint right earlier when you saw the item build. Endless Battle, Berserker's Fury onto either a Malefic Roar or a BOD. Doesn't care about defense anymore, because at this point, they're 8,000 gold down. He needs to be that hyper carry. He needs to find that space. Even if he goes for defensive items, it's not really going to matter here, right? So the best defense is offense for him.
Here we go. Lure finding the charge. Top high ground tower is already going down. Falcon looking to go in here. Mid lane high ground tower. Seems like it's going to be the second tower to fall. As Naomi. Now beautiful engage from Naomi one more time. As Rosa will be absolutely obliterated from the map. Alien jumping in, but cannot find any luck or damage into the back line. And now it's the shadow kill from TNZ, finding absolutely no damage at all. And he will have to back away as Falcon now go into the mid high ground tower.
Tianzi, at this rate, is tickling Yellow Flash, and they're going in right now.
They're going right now. Temple Blade has already been issued. Tianzi trying to stop the wave. He did it, but at what cost? He will have to back away. Now Yellow Flash trying to push everybody away. Sunshine trying to find the damage as much as he can. Just into the back line. He will find a kill, and he will slay the glue away. Now Falcon is making a retreat.
Wow, man. 12,000 gold lead, but Incendio are still able to fend for now. 14 minutes in, they're still fighting their lives out, and you could see now, we have to take a look at the items again, because Sunshine, does he have the BOD? Does he have the Malefic Roar? At this point, well, Tianzi does.
Even he does,
He needs more damage. You saw how he literally gave a massage over to Yellow Flash with his shadows, right?
Against Justin, he wasn't able to burst him
as
down.
well. Yeah, there you go. It is going to be a Malefic Roar first, because it's the cheaper item. It does armor penetration, but it doesn't give you a lot of numbers. Now there's another Legion Sword going to be built in by the side of this Clint, definitely going into a BOD. But I feel like at this stage, I may be a nerd, like what Lefel would label, but I would go for more defense at this rate.
Defense? No. Honestly, at this point, your back is against the wall. You need to do as much damage as possible. You're so close to your base. Just go for some damage and hope for the best, right? Go guns blazing. You're 13k gold behind. No amount of magic defense is going to stop Xyp9x from, shutting you down. You can one-shot Xyp9x before you get one-shotted. That's the game plan here.
Hey, by the way, I just want to say, even though everybody's saying Falcon doesn't have a marksman, but look at how fast a Lord just got shredded away, right?
Lunox, dude.
Lunox, dude. He just jumped in, went into the dark form. Like, next thing you blink your eye, the Lord is gone.
This is the reason why, Dave, I wish that the Lunox KO shot actually applies onto the turret. Because you can see how the turret could just melt if that's the case. But unfortunately, it is going to be a Falcon Lord marching in the face of Incendio.
Justin looking to the damage. Oh, Naomi coming for the engage and the lean is Ken. Everybody's being pushed away. This is Falcon's Hurricane going through the face of Incendio. Lord being taken away. Beautiful defense so far from APAC. He finds a glue. Shut down onto Xyp9x.
Sunshine.
And now Incendio is holding onto the dear life. The minion wave is still alive.
Justin.
Can they do it? Oh, Justin finds the kill. Beautiful Shanchin will make sure he stays alive. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Falcon will take the series.
Man, what a beautiful game number 5. Falcon forced Incendio into a 2-2. And Falcon came back fighting, and they will stay just a little bit longer.
Unfortunately for Incendio, they have been knocked out of M4. Sunshine with that glass cannon build almost being the difference that got them that final defense, but unfortunately, so much damage coming out from Falcon, so much defense. That 12,000 gold lead was too much to handle in the end.
Yeah, and not even with the help of the Lilia to just basically clear off the wave as quickly as possible, but there was a glimpse, a small little moment, but ladies and gentlemen, good luck for Incendio because this was a really good fight. Thank you very much. But it is, of course, congratulations over to Falcon Esports. They're soaring high as the Sea Killers as they advances. But we're going to go over to the analysts right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about that? What a match. Congrats to Falcon. Unfortunately, there needs to be a winner and a loser. This is the nature of a tournament. But man, did the fans win today?
That was the series that you can say that it wasn't just a result of one game or whatsoever. Every single pick that we saw in game number 5 resulted in their slot because of what happened in the previous games. I think this was a great development. You have to watch this series as a whole 5-game stretch.
This is a docu-series you do not want to miss. And honestly, the way that they played it, the drafting, the evolution, the thought process so far, people were finding, again, I think that both Incendio and as well as Falcon had really solid ideas of how they wanted to play the game. So therefore, their hero selection specifically, oh, if the top tier isn't there, we're gonna go one step down until we have what we want.
In a way, even if you didn't get like the top tier picks, if they know that there's a pick with potential, with a particular ultimate, a particular kit that can just work really well, they'll just go for it, and that is the creativity we come to expect from M4. And if you analyze each pick, like you mentioned, there's just so many factors in play.
We got to a point where it was Lunox's second pick and a Lapu-Lapu, right? After a clue. I mean, how crazy is that? But then again, there was a story behind every single pick that we saw. This Lunox is one of the stronger heroes of Falcon. And then eventually, Incendio Supremacy took it. Rosa was amazing with it. And the entirety of Incendio Supremacy knows how to utilize it. Eventually, now Falcon, the real masters of the Lunox with Ruby DD in their second batch of players. And then, of course, Justin who can play it. Eventually, Xyp9x played it. I mean, this was amazing from Falcon to think about.
Let's begin with the story here, right? I mean, it it came down to match number 4. Hey, we have no priority. We need to be able to force it. Let's try and fake him out with this glue, even though it could be a false positive. But Falcon stuck to their guns, their coach and supporting staff. Well done to them for identifying, because Sunshine, he really struggled in this game without having something like a Beatrix who could safely clear those waves from a far distance. He really struggled. He has to walk up, and his only saving grace is that trapping recoil. And if he misses, there are just too many layers of this cake to cut through Falcon.
I mean, Falcon have so many tools to just dive onto him. He is never really left alone at any single moment in this game. And we were talking as well, speaking of the items, about the fact that there's just very minimal healing reduction in this game. Everyone is just trying to go guns blazing, go for damage, and just take out your opponents.
And if you look at Yellow Flash, right, what did he build? He was building a bunch of components. He was really thinking about it. Did he really need the anti-cuirass? Probably not, until Sunshine was in right position. So he greeded out, got a Queen's Wings after the Bloodlust Axe, which again, most EXP laners would think you're kind of trolling, but in this situation, it's so perfect. There's no Dom Ice, there's also no Necklace of Durances, so he gets to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and we saw that in the mid-game, just after the laning stage, that the result of the first few minutes was the fact that Falcon had enough damage to overwhelm Incendio Supremacy, whereas Incendio Supremacy, you will have to wait for them to combo up just to take down members of Falcon. This Zipix Lunox was in a way, in many layers, it has developed, and you will now understand why Falcon chose for a mage for the gold lane on the side of their composition, because they want to funnel everything into Ken, and they were successful with it. So far, that's almost the same with game number 4, where they disrupted the tempo of Incendio by having good early game comps. This time, surely they don't have like the actual best laning stage like dominators, but when it comes to just the raw idea behind their strategy, they want to win the laning stage, eventually take from 5 minutes onto the latter portions of the game, deal the damage with the Lunox, clean up with the Ling, and then eventually peel with the Lapu Lapu.
I mean, we talked again about how Falcon really likes those outplay, those immunity kind of heroes, and they use it to full the full value. And of course, the MVP for game number 5 here is going to be Justin on that Valentina. It is subtle. It's not a very flashy hero depending on the game, but the damage is just always there. It's just solid, and the crowd control cannot be ignored as well.
I think Justin was playing it as flashy as possible. How many fadeaways do we see in that game alone?
Oh my goodness, he went in to dive into the middle lane, utilize his first and second skill, dive with the flicker, then eventually steal the magic shoes, get out of there like he's a mile away after getting a snipe. That was amazing. And then the end sequence, he got a triple kill because of his management of the dashes, as well as the fact that he's stealing the right spells in this game. He was instrumental all throughout the series. When he's on fire, Falcon is just soaring. He's like the launch pad of Falcon.
He's truly the launch pad. And we're looking at the heat map. He spends a lot of his time playing hyper defensively for his team. I think, one of the reasons why he had to, number one, glue, there's no real way to actually stop him. Was there a real solution to the problem? They just needed to get ahead. So they're waiting for that very first mistake. And once they got that lead, they never let go of it.
It's the pattern we see, right? Falcon, once they get a lead, they just lock in onto you, know that who they have to target, and just shut you down, making sure that you do not have a chance to just come back in the game. And if you look at the fights here, with the mechanical heroes they have at their disposal, they just made it as messy as possible, which made it very difficult for Sunshine to even do anything in these big team fights.
Now seeing the three-pointers again and again and again never gets old. And I mean, again, the game was just played so masterfully by Falcon, understanding at what points they are strong and realizing that Incendio's overall build makes their itemization even more important. From the bottom micro to the itemization to the macro, perfect and flawless throughout.
I mean, initially we did think that with so much mobility as well, like the Hayabusa, like the Joy coming in from Incendio, might be a bit difficult for Falcon to locate those kills. But when you have enough damage, it doesn't even matter.
I think that this is the problem for Incendio Supremacy was almost the same as game number 4, where there's no hard engage. Surely you have the glue, you have the joy like to initiate, but there's no actual engagement to keep